So I had to get on N.O.R.E side, man, and side with N.O.R.E on Stephen Jackson, bro, because I've been having a problem with all the smoke podcast. I don't know why they call it all the smoke, because they don't want no smoke. They should have called it we don't want no smoke podcast, or we turned down podcast, or something like that. So Tony Hinchcliffe said something about George Floyd. It was a dry joke, and Stephen Jackson didn't say nothing. Period. You didn't answer up, but you always trying to grill a black man and do all this stuff. See, this thing done got out of hand, and we got to start calling people out. So I see N.O.R.E called him out. So this was the best time to ask for all the smoke, because I'm with it too, though. I've been kind of off them dudes and stopped watching their podcast when they let Kamala Harris narrate their podcast and boss up on their podcast. When you have somebody on your podcast, you should be able to ask them what you want. If somebody is coming to your podcast or your interview and they tell you, "Nah, I'll come, but you can't ask this," I'm cool. I don't even want you on my podcast. So Kamala Harris came on there and scripted the whole podcast. Him and Matt Barnes, them goofies couldn't even. They couldn't even ask her questions that the black community really wanted to know. So I'm trying to figure out what community is Stephen Jackson and Matt Barnes for. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I know y'all trying to get fame and blow your podcast up, but if we gonna keep it real, let's keep it 1,000. We ain't doing no Buster stuff. We ain't cool with no Buster stuff. So yeah, I'm glad N.O.R.E called out Stephen Jackson, man, or Steven Jackson, whatever his name is. Should be Mark Jackson, man. His mama should have named him Mark Jackson, because Tony Hinchcliffe just said what he want to say. You didn't say nothing. Straight Marcus Allen, boy. Straight Mark, boy. Man, listen, boy. I wasn't even surprised, though. I don't even know why N.O.R.E was surprised, though. Kamala Harris went on a podcast and they didn't ask her nothing. Nothing that the black folks wanted to know. Like, come on, where we at with this? That's why she didn't go on Joe Rogan, because she knew Joe Rogan was going. Her team told Joe Rogan, "Oh, she'll come on the podcast, but don't ask her about marijuana convictions." Why not? Somebody lying. Period. Why not? So yeah, I got to second N.O.R.E.'s emotions, Stephen. Big goofy, man. Straight goofy. And I ain't hard to find either, though, my nigga. I back up everything I say. I'm in L.A., man. I'm in L.A. like the palm trees, boy. Yeah, straight from the east side, man. Do your homework, man. Look at the name. Do your homework. The name speak for itself. But yeah, I'm tired of it. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. We got to really do some research. If you want a podcast, let's ask these people what we really want to know. We don't need nobody to come on your podcast and say disrespectful things to our culture. And I don't care what George Floyd did. I don't care what Tony Hinchcliffe had no business saying anything about George Floyd. George Floyd, I don't care what he done. He's still a black man. Still a black man. Still black all the way through and through, man. Yeah, but N.O.R.E called it, and I love N.O.R.E for doing that, bro. N.O.R.E kept it 1,000 and called him out, man. That's what we got to do to some of these people, man, that's running around trying to act like they part of the culture. But when it comes to somebody doing the interview, man, ask them questions. Ask them questions that the culture wants to know. And when somebody get out of line, you got to check them. Period, point blank. That's why I love how they can say what they want about Dame Dash, but he went on the Breakfast Club and checked Charlemagne. He checked Charlemagne for real. That's how real ones do it. We don't let nobody come to the podcast, or we don't interview nobody and be like, "Oh yeah, we ain't gonna ask you nothing about that." Nah, man, let's keep it 1,000. Interview the people on what they want to know. And if somebody come on there and disrespect, check them right on the spot. Check them. We don't need no buster energy, man. You gonna name your podcast "We Want the Smoke"? All the smoke? Negative. Y'all ain't telling the truth. You gonna name your podcast that? Show us. Show us you want all the smoke. But if you get any value from this video, please like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. I appreciate it if you subscribe. We only keep it 1,000 on here. Subscribe because the real don't lie. Thanks for having me. California country. California.